It's not like you where like I have to do it with a fly swatter.
No.
I can just point at him. You know, like
Right.
so like there's a mosquito out the window right now. I can just be like, boom. Oh damn it!
What?
I missed.
You missed what?
I missed the mosquito. I got a guy.
You just killed a guy?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Oh, that's so cool.
Well, if you see him, tell him I changed the locks. And if you see me, remind me to change the locks.
I told Jonas don't put that monkey junk in there. It'll make him more aggressive, but did he listen? No.
One answer was right there, waiting if you just change the channel. As it turns out, 60% of primetime TV in 2019 was about the police.
You know, that transmission really gave me an idea.
All my friends are dead and they don't like me anymore. They've moved along, they've changed, and now they find me quite a bore. Way back then it was okay to be a little weird, but all my friends are dead.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm internet personality Melt Content, and this is another episode of 10Minute dailyvideos.net, your one-stop shop. I already did this one. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm internet personality Melt Content, and this is another episode of 10Minute dailyvideos.net, your place for 10-minute daily videos.net. There's a very famous YouTuber called Skip Intro who has done many episodes on cop television in the context of it being copaganda. I imagine when Mr. Skip Intro was writing this series and he was looking at all of the shows, there's going to be one weird exception, right? And that was always going to have to be Columbo.
It's okay. Don't worry. See? It's not lit.
Lieutenant Columbo, I'm Elliot Blake, and I understand you wanted to see me.
I do indeed, sir. Forgive me for wandering off, but all these things absolutely fascinating. Lieutenant Columbo, police.
Columbo is not copaganda, and here's why. First things first, before we get in, the one thing I like about Lieutenant Columbo being a cop is that his first name is Lieutenant. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're gonna say, internet. Some guy got a still of his information of his and his name's like John or some shit. No. His name is Lieutenant Columbo. All right, and you put some respect on it. Yeah, I wish that was true. I wish cops were all like Columbo, but they're not. And I don't think Columbo is trying to excuse a lot of bad cop behavior. Columbo doesn't like break the rules in any meaningful way. You know, he might trick them, but he usually tricks them using their own schemes.
Well, Lieutenant, photographic composition is talent. You're born with it, and you obviously don't have it.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you there.
I hope that this little video here will shed some light on why I think Columbo will always escape the copaganda lens, because I honestly think he's too aspirational to be propaganda. He's not covering for the bad behavior of other cops, and for the following reasons, is also just bad because he just, you know, like compared to real cops, Columbo's just he's beyond description, right? So first things first, Columbo has busted other cop before. There's one episode where the bad guy is like a police chief or something. That's better than Law and Order by far. Law and Order, the biggest villain in Law and Order, you'd think it was murderers, but no, it's actually internal affairs.
I'm really terribly sorry. Oh, let me see. Let's see now.
I can come back.
No. I'll have a donut.
You'll never see an episode of Columbo where he busts a poor person. Columbo doesn't care about property crime. That's huge. You're never going to hear about them scoring, you know, a drug bust or anything on a Columbo episode. It's always going to be some kind of murderer brought to justice. It's great. He doesn't care about property crime. He cares about human dignity.
He hasn't worked weekends since Mrs. Mason died.
Why don't we just sit down? You, me, and Sigmund.
Why didn't I think of that?
Columbo is a working class hero. He always is dealing with the affluent. He's always taking down affluent people who are rich and think they can get away with anything they want to because they have these gadgets or they think they're clever. It's never anyone, you'll notice this in Columbo episodes, it's always some kind of like cocky millionaire.
And we're also going to take into account the fact that a bullet aimed high at the back has a better than 28% chance of killing the victim by hitting a vital organ in a crime that is not premeditated.
Also, unlike real-life cops, Columbo never killed a dog, and in fact has a dog named Dog. And my last piece of evidence is Columbo never uses a gun. I think the only time that happens is the one, maybe the bad episode, and we'll get to that one day. That episode's really bad. In fact, there are multiple plot points. I think one whole episode he's dodging doing his gun certification. The entire episode is like one cop trying to make him do these gun certifications before just ultimately giving up. Columbo doesn't use a gun. That is the antithesis of all of the other like copaganda shows that you'll see. Every copaganda show, even the good ones like The Wire, have a fixation on guns and gun violence. I oftentimes would describe Columbo as an investigator and not a cop because I want to disassociate the negative connotation of a police officer with the positive thing of an investigator. But he's a policeman. Columbo is not only a policeman, he's proud to be a policeman.
Are you a musician, sir? No, sir. Yeah. I'm a policeman.
So I've revised that to he is the aspirational cop. He is like the one cop you want to be doing everything. Like every cop should be Columbo. But even if they're not investigating crimes that way, right? Maybe they're just a beat cop or they're in charge of crowd control or whatever they have to do. But they take that level of personal responsibility, you know, with them. I don't know, things might be a little bit better for you guys dealing with cops all the time. Thank you for watching. This was another episode of 10MinuteDailyVideos.net, your place for 10MinuteVideos.net. And if you like this, there's more previous episodes of things that are short, like there's quick things that are talking about stuff that I like or whatever. And, you know, I don't know.